to the Pitch Report. I'm Mario.
And I'm a Milcar.
So it's been a while since we did Two Mics, One World Cup, almost like two-ish years ago. And we've had a little bit of a rebrand. We were thinking every 4 years we would talk about the World Cup, but given that San Diego is getting its very own MLS soccer team starting next week, we thought we would start the podcast up a little bit early. There's a lot of exciting happenings in the U.S. for soccer. We hosted what did we just host?
We're hosting the Club World Cup coming up.
Yeah, in Copa America last year, yes. And then we have a World Cup next year. So there's a lot of exciting happenings. How have you been, Amilcar?
Yeah, been good, man. I guess, it's crazy. It's been 2 years. It feels like it hasn't been that long since we recorded this. But so we might be a little rusty to start, but, promise it'll get better.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. So, no, I'm excited. Yeah, I think SDFC, we're both season ticket holders, so that's very exciting. You'll be able to see us down at the stadium. And it's crazy how it's already coming up. I feel like it was just like yesterday that it was announced that we're getting a team.
Yeah, I know. I remember when Nashville got their team. I think it was like maybe 4-ish years ago. I was like, man, that was like our last like real chance at getting a team. So just the fact that we finally have like a professional soccer team. No offense to Loyal, but like MLS team. It's just so cool to have another sports team come to San Diego. Like in our lifetime, we've just seen them leave. Really.
Dang.
No, yeah, it's true. With the
I mean,
Chargers,
you're not wrong.
Yeah. What are you thinking?
I'm excited. I think they're doing a lot of things, very differently. We'll obviously get into it today, just to make things unique. But yeah, I'm excited, especially seeing how big the Padres have been the last couple of years. I think it's exciting for the city of San Diego, and it really just goes to show that I don't know, when the Chargers left, I think people thought San Diego was just the city that couldn't really have a professional team or at least a successful one. But I think the Padres are showing that they can, and also the Wave, they're also doing super well. So I'm very excited to have another team.
Yeah, actually, honestly, and they would say too, San Diego has really nice weather, a lot of nice things to do, so people just don't care about sports. And I think the Padres have shown recently that they do, and now with the Wave and now San Diego FC, I think it's kind of showing that we are a sports city, just not one that's won a championship yet. Yet
is the key part, right? Yeah. Hey, MLS, didn't they have 6 or 7? I think you were telling me the other day, they have a bunch of different winners all the time.
Yeah. I was looking at their list, and I think out of 30 teams, it's been 12 or 13 that have won it, and the league has not been around that long, so it's actually has a little bit more parity, I would think, than other leagues. Although I think you're seeing it more in just professional sports in general. It's getting a lot harder to consistently have the same teams win, so I think it's a pretty exciting thing.
Yeah, as long as Inter Miami doesn't turn into modern day Dodgers, I'll be completely happy about that.
They haven't won it yet, so yeah, we'll see. So MLS, I personally haven't really watched MLS before. I catch games here and there. We both live in LA right now, so I remember when LAFC became a team, I was like, oh, maybe that'll be the MLS team I root for. I just never got into it, so I think this is a really good opportunity, at least for me, to watch MLS. What about you?
Yeah, honestly, I'm really excited about it. I remember going to an LAFC game for, I think it was your birthday, years ago. I think it was during the inaugural season, and the environment was really, really cool. So hopefully we can have some sort of environment like that. It'll be very exciting.
Yeah, agreed. What have you usually watched for soccer?
I'm pretty much La Liga, Champions League, more European stuff is what I mainly get into. I'm a huge Real Madrid fan, so anything that they're playing in is what I'm following. What about you?
Yeah, same. Champions League for sure, and then probably Premier League. And then I'll follow any teams with Mexican players. So right now, AC Milan has Santi Jimenez, and then I'm watching Fulham in the Premier League. And then Chucky Lozano was at PSV, so I was watching them. But my main team from the Premier League is Manchester United. And in Spain, I like Barcelona. I'm not as much of a your face. I'm not as much of a Barcelona fan as you are a Real Madrid fan, but enough to give you shit about it.
Oh my god, this is so funny. We'll move off this topic after, but I was reading something online the other day and it says Barcelona fans are more Real Madrid haters than they are Barcelona fans. I'm just that's 100% what it is.
That might be true. That might be true. So yeah, I'm excited about the opportunity to just learn about not a new league in general, but a new league to us, I guess, in a sense. I think it's just easier when you have a team to actually follow and consistently root for. So that's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think I saw it a lot with the MLB. I think I started following the MLB a lot more once the Padres, started kind of like, I hate to say, but like taking it seriously, for lack of better words.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, oh, big, into the MLB. So I think hopefully it'll be the same kind of situation now.
Yeah, and then like you said, we'll have season tickets, so we'll get to go to a good amount of the games.
Mm-hmm.
How many soccer games have you been to in the MLS before?
MLS, I think just honestly the LAFC game that went for your birthday. I've been to a couple of the the American travel.
ASL or
No, like, it was when Real Madrid and stuff came for like their American tour.
yeah.
I came to a couple of those, and I've been to one game in at the Bernabeu, but yeah, not a ton. But the environment's crazy.
Yeah, same with me. I've been, I think, to 3 MLS games all time. The one we went to, LAFC, and then I went to another one at LAFC as well, I think last year. And then years ago, I was in Atlanta, and I went to like an Atlanta FC game. No, Atlanta United, sorry, against Montreal, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's about it. I've gone to like a few friendlies when Mexico's like playing. I saw them play Argentina like when I was a kid, and then Chile once. This is back at Qualcomm Stadium.
Oh wow.
And then I've been to 2 La Liga games. I went to a Sevilla game and then a Atletico de Madrid game before they went to Wanda.
Oh, okay. They're all stadium.
Yeah, at the old stadium.
Yeah.
But yeah, same. Not as many like pro soccer games. So this will be an experience, I think.
And you're going next week.
Both of us. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going next week. Like their first ever game is against LA Galaxy at LA Galaxy. Maybe that could be a good transition. So we're playing our first game against the defending champion.
Wow.
Yeah. So maybe we talk about who we might see on the field.
Yeah, right. I know. I think a lot of the players, it seems like it's like slowly trickled in, and like I think people have a lot of like mixed opinions about the team and stuff like that. I think obviously they started off with a bang, right, with Chucky Lozano, which you kind of mentioned earlier, which was like the huge name, and that was I think probably the first player that was on the team. But other than that, I feel like it's a lot more in terms of like the names, I guess, are not as big names as like I don't know, you see Sergio Ramos just went to Monterrey, and like you're seeing all these like big names like the Messis and the Suarez's. Like it's not like that, but I think it's a pretty solid team, especially for the first year. To kind of feel it out. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I'm looking at the roster, and Chucky Lozano is the only person I recognize, and Luca de la Torre. That he's the guy from Celta Vigo. He's the U.S. national as well.
He's from San Diego, right? I think.
Yeah, he's from San Diego. But that's about it. Like I recognize the teams some of these players come from, but it'll be like at least for me throughout the season, I'll hopefully get to learn more about them and meet them. So yeah, I'm excited for that. I've heard rumors about Kevin De Bruyne coming at some point. So now whenever I watch him play, I'm like, oh, one day he's coming.
What could be?
Yeah, I think he will. I mean, he's probably on his way out of the Premier League soon, so I think it could be.
Yeah, it's funny. When we were looking at the roster earlier, you're like, oh, Emmanuel Boateng. Wait, is that like, that's not the Boateng that we all know. I'm like, no, it's not. Like, it's just probably a very common last name, I'm guessing, in Ghana. But yeah, no, I think it's going to be exciting just to kind of, I think once we start going to some of the games and kind of seeing a lot of these players, it seems like most of them were transfers from some of the partner clubs that they have in Denmark and like Ghana and stuff. So yeah, I think little by little, hopefully they'll kind of it'll start coming together.
Yeah, it should be exciting. So on that regard, we have a new team. It seems like relatively like some unknown players, and we're playing defending champion LA Galaxy. What do you think's gonna happen the first game?
Honestly, like I was just going based off of like the preseason, what I've seen. They just played the Coachella Valley Invitational, which is like essentially their version of like preseason before they start. Which like we went 1-2. Sorry, so we lost against New York City FC 3-1, lost against the Portland Timbers 3-0, and then beat New York Red Bulls 6-0. So based off that, I don't know. It's like it's giving like middle of the pack, probably kind of vibes. So yeah, we'll be very interested to see how it turns out.
Yeah, I'm expecting a few growing pains. I think if we make the playoffs, it would be cool. But if we do, I think we'll be like one of the last teams in. But yeah, it should be exciting though, just to have a team to watch and root for.
Well, yeah, it's just crazy, I think, because usually you can go based off of, oh, well, last year we had these players, we did this well, and now we added, XYZ players. So you're like, wait, these players like never played with each other, like they're in a brand new team, brand new city, like. So I feel like no one really knows what it's going to turn out to be.
That's what's so exciting too, like how new everything is. Like I don't know if we'll ever have this opportunity again where we have a professional sports team like joining our city. Like a lot of places in the world, like they've had those same teams forever. So just like the fact that this is so new is really, really cool.
Yeah, because usually I feel like you have teams that transfer, right? Like the A's and like the Raiders and stuff. They move cities and stuff.
The Chargers,
right? R.I.P. But yeah, to have a brand new team starting from scratch is yeah. So I agree with you. I think there'll be growing pains and just trying to like a lot of unknowns that we're gonna figure out as we go through.
Yeah. Speaking of some unknowns, I've personally never been to the stadium, so I don't even know what that is like. I've only been to like the LAFC stadium, and that's like the only soccer specific stadium I've been to in the U.S. because then Atlanta United plays in the Mercedes-Benz Dome, which is like home of the Falcons. So I think you've been to a few games for the Wave.
Yeah, I went to a couple Wave games, and then I went to the NWSL finals like 2 years ago when they were at Snapdragon. But the stadium's super cool. I think we were looking at it the other day, and it said it was like the largest capacity for a soccer for a stadium with the main purpose being soccer, right? I think it's like 36,000 or something like that seats, which is exciting. And I think the biggest highlights that I had there, I think if it's a day game, it's going to be rough because there's like no shade. So it's just going to be really hot. But it gives very similar vibes to Petco Park with like the craft breweries everywhere. Cool. They have like some food trucks that come in, which is like just, very, very, very similar vibes to Petco. Oh,
nice. How similar does it feel bigger than like LAFC stadiums, or like does it feel pretty like different?
I think it feels very like very intimate. It doesn't feel like it's huge for how big the stadium is. I think it's the way they set it up feels really cool. And like I just went to a Laker game like the other day, and like the Staples Center is also huge, but like no matter where you sit, it feels really really close. Like you're there. Yeah, exactly. So I think that's just a live sports thing. But no, it feels very intimate, very very close. Like no matter where you're sitting, you feel like very close to the field.
Okay, very cool. I'm so excited. So we're about 2 weeks away from that first game at Snapdragon Stadium, and we're playing St. Louis. Again, I don't really know which teams are good, which teams are not great. So I know that historically the ones that have won championships that are pretty competitive. Like I've seen like the LAFC like championship game like on TV, and I've seen LA Galaxy.
The Timbers are generally really pretty good. The Inter Miami obviously is really good. So yeah, I think we'll have to do some research before we show up to these games to see who's in there. But yeah, I mean something we do know is like the jerseys, right? They finally revealed yesterday I think that's like their home, or like they call it like the woven in one jersey, right? Which is their white jersey. What are your thoughts on that compared to like the blue one that we had before?
Well, I like both of them a lot. I think they're really cool. I like that the colors are like a blue. Like my favorite color is blue and green. And I also appreciate that it's easier to match because I love the brown and gold for the Padres, but it is a hard color to match. Mm-hmm. So I really am a fan of both of them. I think they're really clean. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, the white looks super clean to me just because, I mean, it really reminds me of Real Madrid.
I was about to say that. I was like, I've been meaning because you sent me the jersey when it came out a day or two ago. You're like, oh, I really like this one. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, it looks very similar to a Real Madrid home kit. So.
Yeah, it looks cool. I also like the texture that it has behind the writing. That you can kind of see like I think it has to do with like the woven into one, and I think ultimately it stands for like the 18 counties. Yeah. San Diego, right?
18 cities.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Yeah. 18 cities in San Diego County.
I didn't even know there was that many, honestly.
Yeah. And then the blue one it also looks super clean though too. I like that there's not a lot going on with it. It's just like the DirecTV logo. I'm a big fan of Adidas jerseys, so I think it's very cool. And then it just has the crest. So like I like them a lot. They're both very clean, not as crazy. I know the Wave had some really clean ones, but then they also had some really like bright pink and like some really intense ones. So in terms of the matching, I agree with you too.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying too. Like, I really like Adidas jerseys. They're probably my favorite jersey manufacturer out of like the main like big soccer brands.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they did a really good job with this one. And then a fun fact at the 18th Thread store, which is the like main like store for San Diego FC in San Diego, you can actually buy patches for each of the 18 cities in San Diego and put them in your jersey. So I was there in December and I was trying to get one for like Chula Vista. It was sold out. A lot of like the like South County cities, they had like no more. So I'm gonna try to go like before the first game and try to get like the Chula Vista patch to put on my jersey, which I still haven't gotten actually, but I think I'll probably go with the blue one just because it's a home kit. But I really like the white one too. So
Man, so you got me a jersey for Christmas, but you don't have a jersey for yourself? What?
not yet. Yeah. So I need to get one the next few days. Maybe I'll even try to get one before the LA Galaxy game. So we'll see.
Yeah, no, the jerseys are super nice, but yes, Mario got me one for Christmas, so I'm like, I'm set in the jersey department at least for now.
It actually gets me thinking. I wonder what LA Galaxy fans are like. My only experience going to LA sports, not rooting for the home team, is Dodger games, and I've worn a Padres jersey at a Dodger game, and people are not very nice.
I'm shocked you made it out alive, man.
Yeah, people are not very nice. I'm curious to see what people will say if I'm wearing some San Diego FC gear at the LA Galaxy game.
Honestly, probably as the defending champions are probably not going to care. They're like, yeah, well, who is this guy? You know, it's like a new team. They're probably going to be like little brother, type vibes like we got from the Dodgers. So, hopefully it'll be friendly.
Yeah. I'm usually an optimistic person, and I still am actually. But for our first game, I'm thinking like 3-1 we're going to lose.
Okay.
So, yeah, I also don't think they're going to have a lot to like be upset at me for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly, right. And if they do, it's great, right?
Yeah,
that means we won, and we'll be happy with that too. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, and then also like the last thing I feel like we should touch on before we go is just like the Right to Dream Academy that they started, which is pretty neat. I think it's like one of the unique things that they've done that other teams haven't. So like basically having like a fully funded, like free, like a school and football academy, which basically the U.S. up until this point, for the most part, has had like pay to play where you just have to like, AYSO, all those things you have to pay to sign up. But now they're able to bring in players from the U.S. And actually a fun fact, I did a tour at the SDFC like headquarters with the CEO a couple weeks ago. And he was telling us that you can actually only recruit from the United States if they're under 18 because like, you can't take your kids away from families.
Oh, like
but
for the whole MLS?
Yeah,
oh,
so they
okay.
can only recruit from the United States. But because we are within 50 miles of the border, we can recruit like I think another 50 miles into Mexico.
Oh,
so
wow.
we can get kids from Tijuana and like bordering areas, which other teams can't because they're not close enough. So I thought that was really cool. So we can actually get Mexican players in our youth academies where other American teams can't.
Wow, talk about a competitive advantage. And yeah, and that kind of makes sense too, because there's a lot of people, especially like in the southern part of the border, that are Mexican American, Mexican parents maybe, and grew up in the U.S. And in many cases, they have the option to play both for the U.S. national team and the Mexican national team. So that could give a recruiting like leg up for the U.S. National team. That's really cool. And the facilities look amazing.
Yeah, they're huge. I think they built it on like Saquon's land because like Saquon's one of the founding members of the team. So it was on their land. There's a hotel already on there, but they're basically building state-of-the-art stuff. And it's going to be like basically the academy is going to be training in the same place and eating in the same place with the first team. So I think it'll be such a cool experience for people.
Yeah, and how like motivational or inspiring would that be for like a young player? Like you're practicing next to like the first team. You're like, hey, like that can be me. Like you're like seeing it. You get to live it. That is so cool. I hope we find a way to go tour the facilities that they have.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think it's really neat to be able to do that and like have that really good experience of being able to be next to those players because I think usually the academies are generally split off from the main team. So just being in the same place at the same time is going to be very neat, especially for a new team.
Yeah, agreed. And you mentioned Saquon as one of like the founding partners. There's also a few other notable partners for this team. A lot of people that I didn't recognize that seem like it's like business people, but then there's a few athletes and I guess celebrities that are part of the ownership group?
Yeah, I mean, I think like notable ones are like obviously Manny Machado from the Padres, Joko Willenic, which is like ex Navy SEAL, bestseller. You know, if you're on Instagram, you've probably seen his videos. And then one of my favorites is Juan Mata because he's a Spanish international. Obviously, won the 2010 World Cup, 2012 Euro winner, and I think I read something that he's like the first or the only active player because he still plays. I think like in Turkey or somewhere. That has ownership stake in the MLS. So, and he also owns part of Alpine for.
Oh, really?
Yeah, F1. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's a very small part of Alpine, but yeah.
Okay, and Alpine's a French Formula One team, right?
Yeah, I think Renault is like their who they bought it from. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, Juan Mata's 36. When I saw that he was gonna be part of the ownership group, I thought he was gonna come play.
Player owner? That'd be really crazy.
That would be cool. Like, might as well, right? He's 36. Maybe he'll come retire here.
Yeah. My cool thing I think about that is like he probably has connections with like other Spanish internationals, things like that might entice people to come play, which would be really cool.
Yeah, that's true. Like definitely like from a recruiting standpoint, that would be really, really cool. Yeah. Also, we have Issa Rae, who's I don't know if I said that correctly. Apologies, but she's I know her from Insecure, and that's the main thing I've seen her in. But I know she's been in a lot of other things as well. And then artist Thames as well. Yeah,
Grammy Award winner. Yeah. So I think it's cool. I think they're able to kind of weave in, all the pun intended, all these like celebrities and stuff like that to help build like just build the team and build people knowing about them and stuff like that. So I think it's really cool.
Yeah, agreed. So before we wrap up, why don't we make some predictions? I kind of teased what I think will happen by the end of the season, but what's your take on the team?
I mean, I think if they make it to the playoffs, that'd be a win, to be honest. But it's just so hard to gauge because we don't know how they'll play together. So I'm gonna go the pessimist route and say they don't make it to the playoffs. They have a decent season, somewhere middle of the table, and yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I probably agree with you. I would say the better half of the table, but still probably maybe miss the playoffs. And then for a short-term prediction, we have the first home game, which is against St. Louis on March 1st. What do you think is going to happen?
I mean, I know nothing about St. Louis, so I'm going to say we're going to win. I'm just excited to be there. I'm really excited to see what the environment is like for the first home game. I'm sure all these founding members are going to be there. Curious to see like if it's going to be a sellout, how many people are going to be there, like just what the crowd's going to look like.
Yeah, same. Amilcar and I got season tickets next to each other, so we'll be able to hang out and report together. What's your score prediction?
Maybe like 2-0. We'll go 2-0. Yeah.
All right, I'm thinking 2-1.
Oh, there you go.
All right, who will score the first goal in San Diego FC? Or I guess LA Galaxy is the first game, but yeah, who will be the first goal scorer for San Diego FC?
I mean, I think you'd have to go Chucky Lozano just because he's the forward and the biggest name that we have too. But it's crazy. Like, I think there's going to be so many firsts this season. It's like the first hat trick, the first brace, the first assist, like the first everything, Yeah,
agreed. All right, I'm going to, just to switch it up, I'm going to guess Alex Maiden from Knott's Forest as our first goal scorer.
There you go.
Yeah, I think that about wraps it up for today. We'll be back after our LA Galaxy game and just to recap, see how the game went. If any new updates happen in the meantime, we'll be posting them on our Instagram page, _pitch report.
Sweet. Yeah, so just don't forget to follow us on, if you guys are already following us from 2 Mics World Cup or the rebrand, follow us on, Instagram and wherever you listen to your podcasts.